a host of health-related problems, a threefold increase in teen suicide, more adults with anxiety and depression, and more lifestyle and stress-related chronic physical health conditions. Keyes concludes, and I quote, "Increased life expectancy has increased the number of years spent living with chronic physical diseases and mental disorders rather than greater health, and that continued attempts to improve population health solely by disease and illness prevention have proven extremely costly and largely ineffective." Now, in the field of mental health, this paradigm shift toward positive psychology, or flourishing, which has been defined as optimal functioning, where the goal of mental health is not simply to promote the absence of illness or symptoms, but rather the presence of something positive in one's life. For example, a person might recover from clinical depression, where they might experience a reduction in sadness, more energy, and a return to normal functioning, but still not be flourishing. They might still hold on to anger or resentment, for example. In this case, the person might be said to be healed, but not whole. What is this something positive in flourishing? Researchers have identified three broad domains of flourishing. One, the presence of positive emotions, calm, peaceful, satisfaction with life. Two, positive psychological functioning, self-acceptance, purpose in life, positive relations with others. Three, positive social functioning, a sense of belonging and interest in others. An interesting question arises: can a person flourish while still experiencing emotional illness? The example of the saints, more recently the case of Mother Teresa, who reported years of depression, would not for 1 minute take away the very reality that she was indeed flourishing. According to a model that only sees that mental illness is on the opposite spectrum from health, this of course would not be possible. Either one would be free from depression and healthy, or depressed and unhealthy. However, when looking at a flourishing model, one sees that there are many other variables that account for flourishing besides the absence of mental illness. Positive psychology talks about the presence of character strengths and virtues as the tools for promoting flourishing. Researchers such as Seligman and Peterson have identified 24 such virtues. I will focus in this talk on 4 of these virtues: creativity, love, humility, and gratitude. Creativity falls along a spectrum with, of course, the Nobel laureates and great innovative minds representing one extreme, and those who never come up with an original idea on the other end of the spectrum. Most of us, however, function in the area of what might be called everyday creativity. This is the ability to generate creative solutions to the problems encountered at home and at work, perhaps not winning any special awards or recognition. The correlates of everyday creativity are an interest in a wide array of topics. A person who reads, for example, magazines in an area that are not his or her own particular area of interest. An openness to new experience and a willingness to take risks. How do we foster everyday creativity in our lives? First, it's important to defer judgment about the quality of our